I am Tax Sui. I would like to explain a little detail into the auto policy and also your home policy. We know that bad things will happen to good people, but of course there are a lot of things that we cannot stop them. When it happens, it happens. But if we can have something to protect our asset, if we can do something about it, let's do it this way. If we can have the insurance policy to protect our asset due to the auto accident or maybe the home policy, then we will have a peace of mind. With auto policies, there are a few coverages that we have to look into. For example, on the liability coverage. On the liability coverage, legally, if we have $15,000 on each person and $30,000 on each accident, then we are legally to drive. But unfortunately, this number is kind of low, and we have to look into how much we have to pay in order to increase the coverages. And I would like to encourage you to talk to your insurance agent. What if you increase your $15,000 for each person, increase to $100,000 coverage? For each accident, to cover $30,000 for each accident, you increase to $300,000. Then you will find out that you only pay maybe like $80 for each 6 months. Then you are going to increase your coverages 6 times more. With the property damage, if you have the $5,000 property damage, then you are legal to drive on the road. But a lot of times that even for a small car, it will cost you $15,000 or $20,000 for each small car, not to mention the expensive cars up to like almost $100,000. So if the insurance policy, you only have $5,000 coverage on the property damage, talk to your insurance agent how much you have to pay more in order to increase from $5,000 to $50,000 or even $100,000. You'll be surprised. Even though if you increase from $5,000 coverage to $50,000 coverage, that's 10 times. But your property damage on that particular part, you only increase your 6 months premium by only $40. You'll be surprised. So I encourage you to increase to higher coverages. When we get into the accident, we need you to take pictures. In the old days, you have to take up the camera, but now it's easy because almost everybody will carry a cell phone. You use your cell phone to take pictures. We require you every time when you have an accident, you take a picture of the other party's license plate so that we will know who is this party. And after you take the license plate, and then you take a picture of the street scene. It's not just the point of contact, but also the scene, because whether you have the accident in front of the stop sign or behind the stop sign, there is big difference. So we require you to take pictures. And also, after the accident, you are going to exchange information with the other party. In the old days, you have to write down the other party's name and the policy number, which insurance company they belong to. But nowadays, make it easy. You use a phone camera to take a picture of it. Of course, make sure that the picture is clear. Sometimes we do have customers coming back and give us very, very blurred pictures, and we cannot identify who is the other party. So take pictures of it. Do not have your car rolling, slow down. Do not see cars on your left, on your right. There's no car approach the intersection. A lot of times people will just move on and go straight. Do not do that. We require you to stop at a stop sign, a complete stop, until you have the feeling of jerking back. That is a complete stop. Seeing that there's no car approach the intersection, then you move on. Otherwise, you get a ticket. At the light, at the traffic light, we see it, there's a red light in front of you. Yes, you can make a right turn if it's under the safe situation. But do not approach the intersection with a red light in front of you, seeing no cars approach you from your left, then you make a right turn. Don't do that. You have to stop at the light complete stop for 6 seconds, seeing no car approach you from your left, no pedestrian coming, walking across the street from your right, then you make a right turn. Otherwise, you get a ticket to it. If you want to take a parking space, cross the street, you have to move your car, go straight until you see there's an alley on your right side or a side street on your right side. You make a right turn. Then you make a U-turn in the alley or with the side street. Then you come back, make a left turn, come back to take a parking space. Hopefully, after all this work, probably it's 1 minute later, that parking space is still there. What if this parking space already been taken by some other people? Well, that's too bad, and this is the way it is. Within the commercial district, you cannot just make a left turn. You have to do it the right way. With the auto policy, there is a coverage called uninsured motorist. What it means is that if in case that you're driving, you follow all the traffic regulations, unfortunately the other car hit you, and then the other car saying that there's no insurance, well, then you have to use your own insurance to pay for all your expenses. And there's a requirement to it. If the other car hits you, you have to take a picture of the license plate, because we do not know if the other car hit you, the other party is at fault, or your car hitting the other party and then you hit and run and then you leave the scene. So we have no idea. So we need you to take a picture of the license plate so that we can call the other party to verify the accident on certain time in certain area. So take a picture to it is a must. With the auto policy, there is a full coverage. The full coverage, that means that if in case you hit the other party, well, of course you are going to prepare the other party's car for them. Insurance company will pay for everything, but then your car will also get damaged. And what about if your car hitting a tree? There's no way the tree will come out to hit you, so that must be you're at fault. In this case, your car will be damaged, and the full coverage is going to help you to repair your car, and the insurance company will pay for everything, minus the deductible. With the full coverage, that there are a few things I want to bring it up. It's not just for the collision. It's not just the car being hit or maybe you hit another car. Sometimes with the comprehensive coverage, that if in case your car being stolen, if your car being keyed, some kids scratch your car, or if your windshield get a pebble to be cracked or get a little dent onto it, it's all being covered, and we're not going to increase your premium if you claim your comprehensive coverage. With the auto policy, there is a small coverage that I need to bring it up, is the original part. A lot of the insurance company, they do not give you the original part every time when you have an accident. Of course, the insurance company will repair your car, but then the insurance company will only buy the aftermarket parts for you. But sometimes people, they are so adamant, they said, well, I get an expensive car, I get a Mercedes, I get a BMW, I want to have original parts. Okay, well, in this case, you have to pay extra. You probably need to pay about like $30 to $40 every 6 months, so that if in case there's any repair on your car, then the insurance company will buy the original parts for you.